Hey everyone, what's happening? So Liverpool have dropped their kit for the 23-24 shirt. It's inspired by the 1973-1974 shirt of legend, or for those of us who were born well after that. Effectively, it's the Titi Kamara, Michael Owen, Eric Meyer shirt, yeah? Yeah. Which has got the round white neck and it's got the round bits on the sleeves as well. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to compare it to the previous Nike shirts as well. And then, yeah, give me your thoughts in the comment section underneath on it as well. But look, let's have a little close-up at some of the details and what have you on it. So this is the match version, which is effectively the player version, i.e. the really expensive one. But it's a significant difference from the photos of what I've seen so far. And we've seen this in years gone by, whereas the stadium version tends to be just a block colour, where this one's got a succession of mad patterns across the front. And once again, you can see with this, it's like a rubberized print over the top. So what you can see with the Liver Bird, for example, is, yeah, in that, it's got that like smooth, just slightly tacky rubberized feel to it. I don't mean tacky as in like garish. I mean tacky as in it's, you feel it. It's got something to it. And the same goes for the sponsor, for Standard Chartered, and for the sleeve sponsored as well, which obviously continues to be Expedia this time around. On the flip side, as has become the norm in recent years, we've got the Eternal Flames and the 97 to commemorate those who lost their lives as a result of Hillsborough, of course. And on the front of the shirt at the bottom, we've also got this little tag here that says engineered, and it's got a number, and that will relate to something, I'm certain. I'm also certain that I don't really know or care that much out. And also it's got the dry fit ADV thing on the bottom. So, a couple of questions that we get asked. I always get asked about the fit. I'm going to do that in a second, so prepare yourselves. But the big ask is often the colour. So, what we can do is we can stack it alongside the current season shirt. And what you can see is, by comparison colour-wise, it's so many shades brighter than the current edition. This year's kit actually almost looks maroon when you stand it next to this one. Is a significant difference. However, just in terms of the talking point, if we go to the season before shirt, whilst it's a richer red, it's not too far off in terms of brightness. So clearly what you're seeing is, in fact, if we go back to all the way to the first season kit, and that's even not too, again, dissimilar in colour. So they've definitely gone brighter again this time around, certainly brighter than last. But I think it's kind of much of a muchness between the two seasons prior to that, the first two seasons under Nike. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the colour? You know, I quite like the fact that it's not kind of fire station red, super bright red. I like the fact that they're a bit more muted, because I think that the more muted red means it's a bit more wearable in day-to-day, and this is certainly a shirt I think you could see being a far more casual day-to-day wearing shirt. I have to admit, with the gift of hindsight, and also Liverpool being a bit poo this season, I really dislike last season's shirt. I hate the collar. The one thing that is annoying that Nike have followed on with this year is they've kept the template of this rounded bit, like the sort of oval section around the chest up to the arms, which in terms of how things are cut together, it rounds as, look, I'm going to go pure fashion here and I apologise, it doesn't broaden the chest out, which kind of gives like a stoop look, which I don't think actually helps the players look bigger and stronger and wider on the pitch. But because it's a lot more, the eyes are drawn by the white collar on this one, I don't think it's as much of an issue, and certainly less of an issue on the match version rather than the stadium one, because that line is so much more pronounced when there's no other lines on the shirt. But I actually think you can barely notice it particularly when you're looking at the imagery of the players and what have you. In this version, it's a lot more noticeable on the current season's one than it is in previous ones. So it's a little bit annoying that Nike have done that. But one thing that they have actually gotten right is the back collar. So this season's had this awful concertina thing, and this was true on the away shirt as well. It's one of my least favourite collars in a football shirt of all time. Absolutely, genuinely horrendous. It led to loads of gaping on it as well, whereas at least they've putting a proper collar on it, this is going to be far, far less of an issue. It's obviously got a little bit of the similar sort of, it's a similar idea on the back with the way it's stitched, but because the collar's a lot sort of smaller, it's going to maintain its shape and it's not going to look as ridiculously stupid if you get it a size up, particularly for like kids kits and what have you. I know in those shirts with my kids this season, the collars fall really sort of wide. Right, it is that time. Now, this is a big test for me because last season's shirt is an XL. This is a large. Let's see if it's. I'm gonna wear this one, and then I'm gonna wear this one, and then I'm gonna give you some size and advice. Okay, so yes, this is the match version from the current season. This is the 22-23 one. It's an XL, and obviously the match ones are slightly more fitted than the other ones. Now, I recall from the video last year, the XL stadium version is like an absolute tent on me. So for those interested, I'm 6'4", I'm about 15.5 stone, and this is really sort of a big baggy fit. Now, how is the other one going to look? That's the important question, and what I'm quite scared about. Right, I am breathing in ever so slightly on this one. That's just more for you than for me. But yeah, that's the large, and as you can tell, it's significantly more fitted than the XL. What it means is that this summer it's gonna be a get to the gym, eat less chocolate kind of summer. I'll be honest, if I want to stay in the large this time around, but yeah, I must admit it. I feel like this is better. I'm probably somewhere in between. If we could have like a large 0.5, that would probably suit me absolutely perfectly. This feels slightly too small, whereas that one felt huge, so I would probably aim more towards this one. And then when I do eat loads of chocolate over the summer, I'd be really annoyed. And Liverpool love that because it means I might have to go out and buy another shirt to fit me in the meantime. But I would suspect the stadium version in large would probably be the perfect fit for me, whereas this one is very much think thin, do some crunches, and go from there really. Right, there you go. This is it. This is the new home shirt. It's classic. I like it. I genuinely, if I had to compare it to the others, this one grew on me, and now it helped that Liverpool nearly won absolutely everything. I thought that was the most original Liverpool home shirt that we've had in a very, very long time. I get a little concerned sometimes when we hark back to previous seasons, because eventually you've got to have some new seasons to hark back to in 20 years' time. And I wonder whether that will be one because of the Cup double. Maybe we'll be able to hark back to that one in years to come. This one is just this season one is a whole lot of nothing. I like the first Nike one because I think the green editions very much reminded me of the mid-90s Adidas kits, which I grew up on and absolutely adore. But I do like the plain style. It's simple as I could literally see Liverpool winning everything in this shirt, and that's a nice positive vibe to carry into a season, isn't it? Yeah, I think so anyway. If I had to rank them then, I would say I think this is now my favourite home shirt that Nike have done, followed by 21-22, followed by 20-21, and then this season 22-23. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comments. Give me your top 4 rankings for Nike home shirts so far. 1 to 4 in the comments. That would be amazing. One last thing. We are Liverpool affiliates. I've no idea how this works, and I've never understood how this works. But if you buy the shirt or any Liverpool gear from the official store through the link that I'll put in the description underneath, we get a bit of kickback, and it helps support the channel. That'll be a massive help to us. Always these things. Kit launches are a big thing for us because they do help to fund everything that we do here at Redmen TV. So that is absolutely splendid. If you want to do that, do it. And there'll be more to come on the kits when we see the away kit and the goalie kits and the third kits and all that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. That would be absolutely amazing.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. Did you know that if you become a Club Legend subscriber, that's a yearly Club Legend on redmenplus.com, we will send you 2 instant free merch codes to get yourself some decent clobber from Redmen merch. So it's a no-brainer. Go and do it.